Welcome back to another video. In this video we're going to start really getting into the conducting. We're going to look at three of the basic patterns that we use for conducting: the 2/4 time, 3/4 and the 4/4 time. So let's start with the 2/4 time. So for that one we're going to start at the top, and we are just, because it's 2 beats, we're just going to need 2 movements. So we need to get down for our downbeat, because that's always essential, and we need to go up for the upbeat. Those are going to be your constants. Every pattern starts with a downbeat and it ends with an upbeat. Now we only have 2 movements, so we're going to go down and kind of just, rather than just going straight down and stopping, we go down and we curl across to the side, and then we go up for our upbeat. So we're going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, and we're just going to do this over and over again. So we're combining our downbeat and our upbeat into 2 beats, 2 parts of this pattern. So let's just look very briefly at hymn 106, Godspeed the Right. I won't sing the whole thing, but just to show you how we would actually do it. Okay, so we're going to start up at the top, and we're going to go, now to heaven our prayer descending, Godspeed the Right. Okay, remember of course that we need to be doing a preparatory beat, and we would also need to end it off. So if that was just the whole hymn, just that line, I would do my preparatory beat. Now to heaven our prayer descending, Godspeed the Right. And we do a close off. Okay, so that's our basic 2/4 time. Now let's have a look at the 3/4 time. So now we need to have 3 beats in the bar, so we're going to add an extra movement. So we have our downbeat, and we're going to have our final beat being going up. So it's quite natural that we just put in an extra movement across the bottom. So we just make it a triangle. But we don't want to be quite so geometric or so analytical about it. So we just put a little bit of a flow to it as we're going through, just to make it look more musical, look more natural as we're going through. Okay, it can be more sharp depending on the mood of the piece. So you might do more brisk movements as we're going through, or it can be very flowing. Remember that you look at the mood of the hymn, the mood of the music, and you guides your arm movements. So let's look at Come Follow Me, hymn 116, and just have a look at how we do that. So it starts on the downbeat, so we're going to have our preparatory beat, and then we'll do our 3 beats as we go through like that. Okay. Come follow me, the Saviour said. And we would end it off if that was the end of the hymn. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, the last one we're going to look at in this video is going to be the 4/4 time. This is the most common time actually, and in fact we don't see it in our hymn book, but in some music you actually literally see a C written instead of 4/4 because it is common time as they refer to it sometimes. Now we have 4 beats, so rather than just having the 3 that we're doing for the 3/4 time, we need to add in an extra movement. So what we do is we go down, and then we go to the other side of our body. So 1, 2, 3, and then back up for 4. So we just add in that extra movement on the other side of our body, and then the 3 is our second last beat, so we're getting to this side and we're going up for the upbeat. Our last beat is always going to be going up. Let's have a look at hymn 133, Father in Heaven, for an example of this one. Again, we're going to need to start with the upbeat, a preparatory beat to get us to the top, and then we're going to go from there. Okay. Father in heaven, in thy love abounding. Okay, so that's the basic one. With the 4/4, because you're now adding this extra movement and you're going to the other side of your body, sometimes, especially when you're new at this, you might be feeling a little bit confused. So if you get lost, remember you can just start the bouncing movement. Even if you have started with the pattern, you can go back to bouncing at any time until you've been able to find where you are, and then you can kind of do your upbeat and go back to your downbeat as you're going through. Another thing you can do is just do a figure 8 movement, and then figure out where you need to go. Even if you're on this side, then you can go up, or if you happen to be on the other side, you can go up and then come down again for your downbeat. It's not ideal, the accompanist can't see what you're doing, but it means that you can carry on. So if you feel like you've gotten lost in the middle of a hymn, it's okay. Just start bouncing your hand. I think that's probably the easiest one to do. Then your hand will be in the middle. You kind of have it where you need to be. But that's also why it's really important to practice in advance so that you can feel more confident in what you're actually doing as you're conducting. So practice in front of the mirror, practice with the videos that I will post, and help yourself to actually feel like you can do this because you are going to be able to do it. In the next video, we'll look at what are the options if there are 6 beats in a bar, because there are a whole lot of those.